Hello, my fairy kings, queens, and all in between. Welcome to my second episode of Baking While Baked, if you know what I mean. Today I'm going to be making this Russian honey cake. If you think it looks hard, I think so too. This will be my first time ever making something like technical. Like, I love to bake, but all the stuff I've baked have been pretty like rookie, like banana bread, butter cake, cinnamon rolls. That's probably the cap of my expertise. So I'm really excited to try something, you know, on the next level. Should I do this while high? Will that make it harder? 100%. Will it still be fun? 100%. Hopefully it'll be funnier too, but we'll see. I hope it's not like a reality versus expectation type thing like the last one. That one was ugly, if I'm being real with you. But not for a lack of trying. So first, of course, we have to start with the getting baked part before we do the baking, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, words are fun. So I'm gonna start off with these sour gummies, Orchard Peach. There's only 4 in here. So do I just do all 4? Yeah, obviously. I had 2 the other day. I don't really feel anything. That's a lie. I felt like, you know, a little ditzy in a good way. Like everything's just a little bit funnier. Hopefully I don't get too ditzy. Then this cake might not look like a cake. But it tastes pretty good. But they're a little too chewy for me. Why, hello there. Did you miss me? Probably not, because I cut it shorter than it actually was. But step 1 done. Step 2, I'm gonna get all the ingredients out. One of the steps said to put a bowl and whisks in the fridge, so we're gonna do that. It's in there. All right, let's get the rest. Of course, we need honey for our honey cake. 2 pounds. 2 pounds of honey. Oh my gosh. Gotta take out my cute little measuring cups. Look, they're kitties. This is the bowl I'm gonna be using. Okay, salt, baking soda, and cinnamon. Got them. I mean, it's gonna get room temp eventually anyway, so. Butter. Eggs. Last but not least, these bad boys. That's all the ingredients minus the whipping cream. Why am I nervous? It's like once I start, the outcome is what it's gonna be, and I'll either be disappointed or proud of myself. Okay, gotta preheat the oven. 375. Got my pans ready to go. Do I need 2? Unfortunately, yeah. Then in a medium saucepan, I have to basically caramelize this honey. Never done that before. I just don't want to burn it. One of my least favorite things to measure is honey and peanut butter. Like, are you joking? I have learned an easier way to do it, but it doesn't relate in this case. Basically, the easier way to do it is like if you're doing peanut butter with like flour, you'll put the flour in first, and then let's say you have to put in a cup of peanut butter. You'll squish this in to the flour so it leaves like a mold. Take it out, and then you just put that much peanut butter in the little mold you made. See, I can't do this. I can't do that with the honey because it's just honey going in there. This lift and pull thing never fucking works. Why is it even there? You didn't see that. I still stand by my words that it never works. 3/4 cup of honey. Deep saucepan. Okay, this is as deep as I got. So we're gonna boil the honey for 10 minutes and then whisk in the cold water. I could do that. I can totally do that. I can do that. We're only on step 1. Technically, step 1 was preheating the oven, so I'm just gonna put this down. My arm's gonna get tired. Woo! Let's see how high I can go. Oh, it's out of the shot now. Okay. Just a little bit more for shits and giggles. I'd call that 3/4. So we're gonna get all that goodness out. This is gonna be messy to make. I already know. Okay, let's bring it to the stovetop. Okay, so because I have electric stovetops, it's really hard for me to I swear it's like broken or something. Because if I start off with it being super high and then turn it down on low, it just stays on high. Love that for me. So I'm just gonna try my best and work up the heat slowly so I don't burn this shit. Okay. I put it halfway. I feel like that's a little too hot considering my shit is fucked. So we're gonna do halfway between the low and the medium just to start off. Boil until a shade darker. Caramel-like aroma, 10 minutes. Just don't want it to be too low. It's starting to bubble, so I'm stirring it so it doesn't burn. Just to bring to a boil for 10 minutes. I'd say it's gotten a little bit darker. A lot of bubbles. Okay. Oh. It's preheated. I don't know why that startled me. See? Gotta stir. We're on minute 6. I would just rather undercook it than overcook it, you know? So I feel like because my burner's so hot that I'm gonna turn it off. And I just don't want to burn it. Turn off heat, whisk in cold water. Oh. This is dangerous, guys. You know, I didn't know what was gonna do that, but I feel like I should have guessed. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty cool, and honestly the color on camera looks like this red apple. It's not, it's more of a deep caramel, but it looks really pretty. It does smell good. You can't smell, unfortunately, so I'll just ignore it. Place a large metal bowl. Oh, I don't have a metal bowl. I don't think. I don't have a metal bowl. I have a plastic bowl. I have a ceramic bowl, but I don't know if I should put that. Okay. I'm in this. Okay. I don't know why, but I lost 2 of my measuring cups. So I only have a cup one, which I used for the honey, and a 3rd cup. So if you wonder why I'm scooping a million fucking times, that's why. So we're gonna start off with a cup of sugar. So 3 of these. You know what, math is fun. Gotta keep my brain active. Okay, so now I gotta do 14 tablespoons of butter sliced by the tablespoon. I have a butter knife, which is used to cut. Here you go. I think I'm just gonna cut it through here. so I can try to get it. Actually, I should not cut it like that because I'm getting the ink in the butter. Okay, so 4, I don't think it matters really how I cut this. Just as long as there's 14 tablespoons. So basically, I don't care. Don't do what I do. I'm gonna cut this 2 off. See, it's like in the butter. Not cut it like that. Pretty satisfying, to be honest. Oh, I see some blue ink in there. The taste of honey will cover it, I promise. So we're gonna add 3/4 cups of honey. And I also got wildflower. It called for wildflower in the recipe, but in the notes it said any honey would do. But I figured, why not try to follow the recipe as close as I can. Now we add the honey. It's honestly very satisfying. And then it also says to add a 1/4 cup of the other honey, the cooked honey. I'm afraid that it's like hardened now. It has not hardened, guys. We're in the clear. This is what it looks like. So it says a 1/4. So basically a 1/3 of this. I'm just gonna do a little bit. That should be enough. And then the rest is going to be for the frosting. So we have all that together. Now I have to put this back on the stovetop. Wish me luck. Thanks. Alrighty. No pressure at all. Didn't almost just burn myself on the honey, but fine. Put on the lowest heat. I can do that. Lowest heat on. Let's sit until the butter melts. 5 to 7 minutes. I'll look at the clock this time. Okay, 1:05. Do you see the ink in it? Good. Honestly, really satisfying to mix it in. Just sugar and like honey. Ooh, it already looks so pretty. Just gotta let the butter melt. It's starting to melt. Ooh, the butter's definitely melting. You see the little butter streaks? Well, it sounds less appetizing, but it looks good. They're like little butter nubs now. That's melted. Cinnamon, baking soda, salt. So 1 teaspoon. 3/4 salt. 2.5. And then just mix that. Okay, egg number 1. You can't say that I didn't follow the recipe to a T. Okay, 2 more, it's thickening up. But of course it is, I'm adding 6 eggs. Nice. Whisk in the baking soda mixture. Whisking off heat. Okay, I have put in 1 cup of flour into the mixture. Finally, we're off the heat, and I don't have to worry about that now until it's time for it to go in the oven. nice arm workout. I'd say it's time for the other one. Okay. So, help me keep track, guys. We're on cup number 2. So, 1, 2, 3. But I have to measure that with a 3rd cup. Baking does have way more math involved. 2 full of these. And it's like half. All right, that's the last of the flour. Okay. Wow, I did that. I will hydrate though. I basically have to make like 8 of these thin layers of cake to stack up on each other. They take about 7 minutes to bake. It said about 1.5 a cup actually for each cake / pancake. So I only have my 3rd cup, so we'll just have to make do with that. And if I have to add more, I shall. Okay, so let's try to spread those out. Let's see this circle. Don't know how easy this will be. 8 inches. Okay. I think I'm gonna measure it. They look like the same size. Maybe this one just needs to be a little bit wider. Okay, I have 6 done, and I'm gonna start placing them here so I can make them unison. You can do it! 6 out of 8 done, and now the goal is to make them uniform. So I'm gonna, this one looks pretty nice. I'm gonna use this one as like the guide. And if it goes over the guide at all, it's coming off. We want these crumbs for later, so it's not going to waste. They won't really be uniform if I stick with this one versus like a smaller one. So I'm just gonna full send it. But I really liked that one. That one was like perfect. I'm going to throw these back in the oven for a couple minutes till they're nice and crispy, so I can make breadcrumbs. Okay, we're gonna do this whole bottle, and we're gonna whip it till we get stiff peaks. And then we add the sour cream, 3/4 of it, and the rest of the honey. So let's do this now. Oh wow, they weren't lying when they said heavy. Okay, let's do this. Let's start off slow. Gotta aerate it, you know? Okay, it's definitely getting thicker. Not yet, but lots of progress, guys.
Yeah, boy.
So, 3/4 of this sour cream. And then the rest of that honey that was so stressful to make. Ooh, the breadcrumbs are perfect. This is what they look like. gonna be really satisfying to pour in. Ooh, yeah. Now, whisk this stuff. I hope it's fluffy enough. It should be. And the cake is supposed to be left in the hour. I didn't know this till after I started making it, but I have to leave it in the fridge for 8 hours. You know how hard that's gonna be to resist? The temptation to eat that before the 8-hour mark? Now we're going to assemble the cake. Okay, pumpkin. So we're going to grab a glob and just put it on each layer. Boop. Yay! This is satisfying to start assembling it. Last but not least. So then I'm covering the rest, all of it, in the frosting, but let me prepare the breadcrumbs. Okay, this seems good enough. Frost the rest of this beauty. Start with the top. Oh yeah. Nice and gloopy. Ooh, there's some honey. So I didn't mix it enough. Oops, yeah. Is it leaning? You know? I did that shit. Now, they're still warm too. Okay. Yay! Now I have to manage to put this in the fridge, and then I'll see you in 8 hours when this bad boy is officially done, and then we can try it together. Ooh, she's heavy. Oh my gosh. This is the cross section. Any in between. This is what it looks like. Let me not drop it. I think I could have put more in between the layers, but overall, it's good. Not too sweet, and I like that you can only just taste the honey sweetness, not just like a kick in the face of sugar. It's good. I think the layers definitely should have been thinner. Like, see, that one's a big boy. They should probably have been like that or even thinner than that. But, you know, I'm learning. And hopefully I'll be better in the next one. Thank you so much for watching Baking While Baked, and I will see you in the next one. Feel free to follow my other handles in the meantime. And this fairy is out. Peace.